Hi guys, welcome to a pick a deck spread. What are they thinking about you right now? What are they thinking about your relationship? What are they thinking about what's gone on? So we have deck number 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's okay if you feel attracted to 2 decks. Take a moment, make sure you're relaxed as you focus in on the numbers and on the stones. Wherever your energy feels pulled the strongest towards is the number that you should pick. You can pause the video if you need some more time. But let's get started with deck number 1. Okay, let's get started on deck number 1. Okay. So we have a couple of homemade oracles, right? We have the divine legacy, the legacy of the divine tarot, and the witch's tarot as clarifiers, and we have an oracle for the energy here. Let's get started with the divine tarot. We're just going to pull all the way across. We have the world, my friends. Okay, nice. At the end. We have the world reverse here. Interesting, very interesting. Let's turn the oracle over. No place like home. Beautiful. And we have 3 energies down here of the oracle. Okay, so let's read these first. This first one says, for those of you who picked number 1, I resent how much your past has created problems in our relationship. I miss having fun with you. I miss you so much. I never told you the full truth about my childhood. It wasn't good, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to deal with their conscious mind and then with their feeling deep inside, okay? Now to have this oracle, no place like home, tells me that they view you as their metaphorical home space, that 4th house energy, that Cancer energy, that love, that safety. There's something safe about you for them. Something very safe. So we have the 4 of coins to begin, and when we're talking about relationship, it means a lot more than money, right? Money could certainly be an issue. So some money could certainly be a play here where there's a heavy miserly energy going on where they're really holding fast to their money. They don't want to share their money. They don't want to share their resources. But this can also mean feeling deeply, deeply in a mode of self-protection. Because coins, when it comes to relationships, is mental, physical, and emotional connection. And in the reverse, this indicates feeling a sense of lack in that area, Clarifying that, we have the Lover's reverse. Now the Lover's this is a Gemini energy, and the Lover's reverse indicates that the shadow sides of your personalities came out to play, and it was not pretty. Wasn't pretty, right? The Lover's upright is about realizing that even though it might not be perfect, you want to work it out, and you guys are going to put your best foot forward to do that. But in the reverse, egos get in the way, shady behavior gets in the way, just anything that would be indicative of your the shadow sides of your personalities coming out. And whatever really that means to you guys, some of you, it might mean someone doing some irresponsible flirting outside the relationship. Others of you, it could be irresponsible use of money that would be impacting the relationship. But this is how they're seeing it. They're seeing it that the shadow sides of you guys came out, and they're in this mode of self-protection, or they're in this mode of just not wanting to give more than they're willing, right? More than they're willing within this relationship. Yeah. And then we have the 10 of coins reverse. So the 10 of coins, this is a Mercury and Virgo energy. So in reverse, this indicates to me manipulation and not being able to move forward in a pragmatic way. So, either they're feeling and feeling like the communication was just not really solid as far as there being a good connection. It's definitely an issue with the communication here, guys, because Mercury and Virgo, Mercury's communication, Virgo's ruled by Mercury. Virgo's also about pragmatics, about, all right, what are we going to do? And Mercury's like, how are we going to, from an alchemical point of view, Mercury's like, how are we going to move forward from this? So they're feeling this sense that there was some sort of manipulation within this connection. Because whenever we have Mercury reverse, there's always this idea of manipulation. But because it's a coin energy, right, it's mental, physical, emotional connection. So I'm getting that they felt that there was a lot of manipulation that went on within this connection. Having to do with communication, mental, physical, emotional connection, where there was manipulation going on. And then we have the karma energy. So karma comes out when we need to look at levels of imbalance. So this is some sort of retribution coming to the forefront here, coming to pass, something very necessary. So this was definitely, they view your relationship as completely necessary on their journey. They understand that there was a lesson in this for them to learn. They understand that. They understand the lesson being learned. They understand that this needed to happen, if that makes sense. But then we have the Ten of Wands energy, and it just all became too much. They had to put the wands down. The wands are just a lot of heavy, heavy, heavy emotional stress, but not only within the relationship. I'm getting that they felt this in their life in general. So this could have had a lot to do with work, their job. Could certainly be the situation that we're in right now. Depends on when this was all happening for you guys. Obviously, if it was before the quarantine, it would not be because of the lockdown. But the Ten of Wands energy is very much of like a multitasker energy, where there's work going on, and then there's kids, and this may be how they're viewing you, or this is something that they were going through in their own life. But when they think of the relationship, they're just like, wow, that was just like way too much. There just wasn't enough time or energy spent within the relationship. There wasn't enough passion dedicated to the relationship, because this energy often comes up as well for couples who even live together and are just so busy doing life that they forget to touch base with each other in a really healthy way, But it's a minor arcana. It's not a major arcana, but they're feeling very, very trapped in their own minds in this, right? Really, this is Jupiter and Gemini. So when we have a sword energy, it's about communication and truth, right? That's where Gemini comes in. It's about this truth, this communication within themselves, right? This is their own self-talk, right? And there's Jupiter is in there with them, and Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. So these ruminating thoughts, how am I going to be able to move forward in this? Is there anything that I can do that would make a difference in making this relationship go in a different way? I absolutely get that this person wants to have a relationship with you. There's no question. They view you as their metaphorical home space. They miss having fun with you. There was something about the past, your past, that created issues here. But I feel like it's both of your past that had an issue here, because here I never told you about my childhood. It wasn't good. I'm still trying to figure it out. And guys, with this energy, it doesn't have to be that they got beaten every day by a parent, though that might be the situation, but it doesn't have to be. This could just simply be things that, we all have stuff from our childhood, right? We all process things differently. But that this is, whatever it is, it's playing a role in how they do relationships. So maybe their parents didn't have a really healthy connection. They didn't really experience a healthy connection. That could definitely be a play here, for sure. But they're viewing your past as an issue too. So the past is definitely an issue here. And then we have karma, right? And karma is all about the past. So it's the past, it's lessons that needed to be learned, but they are definitely trying to unknot a knot and trying to figure out what to do about it. But then we have the Seven of Swords energy. I like this better in the reverse. Seven of Swords is the card of thievery, right? It's the moon in Aquarius. Moon is I feel, Aquarius is differently. So it's like feeling one way inside, but acting differently on the outside. So in the reverse, this always tells me that somebody's mask is falling off. And not in a malicious way, but I feel like whoever it is that you're dealing with, I like this that we at the world, even though it's reverse underneath here. What I'm getting is the person that you're dealing with is starting to realize that either one of two things. Either they're realizing that they haven't been their true authentic self in this because of their issues from their childhood. And they're really trying to figure this out. They're trying to assimilate all of this so that they could be a better version of themselves in the relationship. This can also mean, though, that they're realizing that you are not who they initially thought you were. Now, that is not to say that you misrepresented yourself. What happens very often in relationships, more often than we discuss, quite frankly, is there's this idea of projection that happens quite naturally. It's part of the human condition, and it's not in the malicious type of projection. I'm talking about you meet someone, they have all the boxes checked pretty much, but a couple. But those couple of boxes might be really important. So that your partner, or you can do this to them. There's this projection of seeing you as someone who maybe you're really not in totality. Not to say that there's anything wrong with you or them, but there's this projection that they wanted you to be a certain way or that you wanted them to be a certain way. And the reality of that is coming to light, right? And this is a huge thing. I mean, honestly, that if you can have that in relationship, unbelievable learning period. Growth comes out of that. And then we have the world. Now, what's cool about the world is the world astrologically is associated with Saturn. Saturn, everybody's very scared of Saturn, right? Because Saturn is where the big lessons are learned. It's the great taskmaster. It's where karma hangs out. It's the past. It's restriction, all of that. But if you get through that, then the world turns upright, right? So the fact that the world is even in this spread is completely positive, even in the reverse. But what this means is something needs to be figured out before this can be turned upright. So whatever it is, whatever piece of themselves that they're working through right now, they need to finish working through it, guys, because look at the next row. Can you believe this? We have the world reverse here, and then we have the world upright. What? Wow, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. Now, clarifying that, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. This is a big pause button. Swords of truth, communication. And this just tells me that you guys are really going to have to work at this a little bit. Because the Two of Swords is being across purposes with oneself. Okay? Could even be across purposes with you. Because each sword represents a different truth and a different reality. So to me, I often see this energy show up, particularly in reverse, where somebody's having a really hard time coming to terms with the truth of a situation to the point where they're able to make a really good decision. So I'm getting that this person that you're dealing with is still figuring it out. They're still thinking through everything. They may not be in communication with you because Swords reverse often indicates no communication, or if there is communication, you're not getting the full scoop. You're not getting the full story. They're not showing you their cards, so to speak, no pun intended. They're not showing you everything that they're feeling right now. And it's not because there's malice. It's because they're still trying to figure it out. Because look, she's blindfolded. So they're really not sure. It's not that there's any malice involved here. They're trying to figure out what the right path forward is. What the right path forward is. They're trying to unravel, however your past has inflected this relationship. They're trying to unravel how their past has inflected how they do relationship from their childhood. But they miss you. And you're home to them. So this is beautiful. So for card number one, for deck number one, this is what we have for you. Beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Now just be patient with this energy. Venus is going retrograde in Gemini, guys, coming up in May. It's going to be hanging out there. Won't be out of shadow until the end of June. So there's going to be a lot of revisiting of things. There will be. So just, hang tight. Let's see how this rolls out for you guys. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye. Deck number two. Let's see what we have for deck number two. Let's separate everybody here. Let's put the oracle out. Ooh, unfinished symphony. You are their unfinished symphony. Okay, let's pull the clarifiers here. Okay. Okay, this first one is, I wear a mask in this relationship because I don't think you will like the real me. Let's start over for real this time. I miss the peace I used to feel with you before all of this. Okay, let's start with the top row. First, we have the Four of Cups energy. I call this the checklist card, right? So there's an immature element about this, keeping it real. There is. In a lot of decks, the Four of Cups is indicated by a young boy who looks very disappointed and downtrodden. So this can often indicate some sort of like almost like a superficial restlessness, a boredom kind of thing, where the checklist is out. I don't like when they do this, this, and this, and I can't be with them because they do A, B, and C, and I can't, I can't deal with that, right? And it's almost in a way making excuses for why the relationship can't work. Not to say that they're not really feeling those things, but they're not looking very deeply at themselves while they identify what they think is not working within this connection. Clarifying that, we have the Five of Wands. Now, five is will. Wands are will. Five is conflict. It's discussion. This is heavy, heavy discussion here, right? Having to do with kind of a battle of the wills, guys, right? This is a Saturn and Leo energy. So Saturn is about restriction, but it's also about the past. And Leo in reverse there's a lot of fear here, and out of the fear grows this kind of ego that can almost be rather harmful, right, to the connection, because it ends up in this fight of egotism of what they feel is right, really wanting to assert how they think things should be in the relationship, right? So for those of you who picked two, I do want to say I have a little bit of an immature sensibility going on about this person. Doesn't mean they're a bad person at all. I'm just saying I'm getting a little bit of a, I want my way, and I want my way yesterday kind of thing. And them maybe not seeing what they do completely clearly, So then we have the Four of Swords energy. And the Four of Swords is a pause energy, right? This is a rest energy. There's a pause definitely in the relationship right now. And this is them thinking about everything that you guys have been through and really trying to extract the lessons and try to figure out how to move forward, because they know they need to move forward. We have two movement cards here together. So clarifying here is the Six of Swords energy. So this is moving away from what they're identifying as a toxic energy. Now, keep in mind that this is very much of a mental energy as well. It could be actual moving away, but it doesn't have to be. And it's something that they, at least in their mind, moving away from it, right? And something that they identified as being toxic for them. But this is a minor arcana. It's not long-lived. The Four of Swords is a minor arcana. But these ideas are, again, identifying two of the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords. These two energies are all about identifying flaws and trying to figure out the lessons, right? And moving forward in all of this. But then we have this Ace of Pentacles, and they want this new beginning with you. They absolutely do. They want a new beginning with you. Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles in relationship is mental, emotional, and physical connection. It's brand new beginning. They want to sweep the decks clean and start over. It was start over for real this time, right? For real this time, as the oracle indicated, right? And then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So when we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, this is having a really hard time seeing how things are going to be moving forward, right? This is a Jupiter and Gemini energy. Jupiter is all about luck and expansion and moving forward. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is about moving forward with integrity, and Gemini is about communicating. So I feel like there's no communication here, or at least not healthy communication, and they're not happy with that. They don't like that. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury, from an alchemical perspective, is about, it's about transiting, right, from one space to another. So this is about transiting from being together to not being together, but in the reverse, trying to figure out how can we move forward after everything that's gone on. Trying to figure out that game plan. They want the new beginning, but really having a hard time tapping into the truth and into a solution, right? With that Gemini energy, the solution of how can we have that success in this relationship, right? That would be the Jupiter energy. How can we have it? I don't know. They're not knowing. But definitely, oh wow. I mean, they're feeling a lot of passion to have this new beginning with you. Absolutely. Right? But there's no communication. Oh my goodness. For goodness sake, this indicates delay. This indicates delay. Now, this is a negative. Guys, it's not. It's a not yet card. It's a not yet card. This indicates delay. This indicates like a lack of communication. There's some sort of delay in something coming through, somebody realizing something. They may be a slowpoke when it comes to realizing how it is that I'm not even going to say how they feel about you. I feel like that is super clear. They have no idea how to set things in motion, though. Now, this can also indicate, though, because the Eight of Wands is a very strong foundation energy, and it's a very quick moving energy, almost frenetic actually, right, when it's in the upright. And this is like information coming in, very positive information to move one forward. So part of what they're feeling maybe is this delay because of some other part of their life. So whether it's the quarantine or maybe some sort of issue going on with their job, you know, whatever it is, but it's this delay. But they have the passion for you. There's no question. They're not done with you yet. They're not done. The unfinished symphony is not done. But this is the thing with this energy. If you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. And I feel like they know that. So they're really trying to figure out how to do things differently. Yeah. And then we have the Hierophant energy. I love it. I love the Hierophant energy for a bunch of reasons. But first of all, this has them thinking about their morals. They're thinking about their processing. How do they view relationship? What do they really want out of relationship? Really thinking about your relationship, thinking about you and what you mean to them, and really trying to align how they behaved in this relationship, how they view relationship, and how healthy relationships are supposed to be. Kind of comparing it against the norm, if that makes sense. But additionally, I like this because astrologically this is associated with Taurus. Taurus is a beautiful solid earth energy ruled by Venus. And I like that because they're really getting in touch with figuring out the relationship, but in a way where everybody feels good, right? Because our self-esteem hangs out in Venus. No idea how to move forward. Sweet Mother Lord, here we go. Has no idea. No clue. Saturn and Taurus. Doesn't know how to make it happen. I mean, this is the Apprentice card. This is, let's go in and learn the ropes and let's get going on this next cycle together, So I always say, this is the card, this is like the 4 of the world and the 3 of the Trinity. So there's a lot of blessing here in the upright, but with the Pentacle energy reverse, it's like they're not in connection with you right now, and they don't know how to have this next cycle with you. They have no idea, but they know they're not done with you. They know they're not done. They know that. I feel like I need to pull some. I haven't been pulling clarifiers because everybody always tells me how long my videos are. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to pull the cards and deal with that. But you know what? I can't. I'm feeling very pulled in. I'm feeling very sucked into this number 2. Hierophant and then 7 of Pentacles reverse. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, the Magician. That's a Mercury energy. It's upright. Communication. Communication is going to be coming in. All right, guys, listen. For those of you who didn't check out my Venus retrograde and Gemini video, you might want to check that out, because I feel like this might be pretty relevant to you guys. But regardless, the Magician is a Mercury energy, and Mercury rules Gemini. And this is about communication, obviously, and moving forward and taking something that seemingly would not work out and making it work. Oh my gosh. Okay. Number 2, you guys are going to be revisiting this. You know what? I'm sorry if you don't want to revisit it. You know what? You guys are energetic beings. If you don't want it, don't engage. Sit this one out. But the energy is totally going to be supporting there being some sort of... The star energy, this is an Aquarius energy. This is about healing through emotion and intuition. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is about doing things differently. So how are you guys going to work things out? You guys are going to work things out by taking the mess of a relationship maybe that you guys had, and you're going to extract the good. It's the Magician. And you're going to do things differently this time. That's the star. And you guys are going to work towards healing, because you guys are not finished yet. And that is what I have for you guys. Number 2. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Okay, for those of you who picked group number 3 here, let's get right into it. Pull the oracles. Okay. Lovers, ending with the Lovers. See what your oracle says. Go the distance. Beautiful. Okay, I don't know if you guys wanted this to work out. This doesn't seems pretty likely. All right, let's see what the oracles say. You hold up that mirror to show me the ugly aspects of myself, hoping to change me, but it only makes me resent you. I'm so insecure, and I know it's a problem, but looking at myself is not easy for me. I can't be with you. I see too much of myself in you, and I don't like myself. Oh, that's somebody making excuses if I ever saw it. Go in the distance. I mean, listen, they see you as somebody who has so much value, and that sounds so ridiculous, but meaning like, you are the person they want to do that with. They want to go the distance with you. They want to put in all of the hard work, knowing that whatever is worth it is going to be challenging. But the trouble here I'm getting is you're dealing with somebody who is very, very insecure, but really has a hard time looking at that, admitting it, getting into that space of recognition is just super challenging. It's almost like too overwhelming for them to do some serious hardcore thinking about themselves is what I'm getting here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, listen, when they think of you, wow. I mean, this is Sagittarius and Capricorn. They want you guys to work. Sagittarius is about moving forward, with integrity, ruled by Jupiter, which is all about luck and expansion. And Capricorn is all about putting in that hard work. So they view you as somebody who is willing to work with them. They want to put in this hard work. Absolutely. Remember, in relationships, pentacles are emotional, mental, and physical connection. They definitely feel that, but they have no idea what to do. They don't know. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. This is Jupiter and Gemini energy, right? So they're having a hard time seeing their way forward in this. Jupiter is about moving forward, right? And it's really trying to figure this out. And whenever we have Gemini in reverse, because Gemini is swords, it's communications, it's honesty, it's ruled by Mercury, it's this, it's this ability to communicate feelings. But I feel like they're not communicating because they don't know what to say. They're so caught up in their mind about how to fix it. They're in this space of trying to see a solution, trying to figure out if things could ever be different, like in the first place. Would things ever be different? Because I get the feeling here that whatever the dynamic was with you guys, it's like they love you, but they don't like the space that you guys evolved into. I'm getting the feeling like they didn't feel completely accepted in the relationship, but I do feel like a lot of that had to do with them. And this is no shade on them, but it's because they weren't really looking at themselves deeply enough and honestly enough. That's hard. That's hard. Some people have an easier time doing that than others, right? But then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you, this could certainly be that there's money is a big issue here for them. They're thinking that money is an issue, or this could be, you know, in order for them to get things going with you again, they feel like money is an issue. Or it could be that they're questioning the mental, emotional, and physical connection that you guys had. But I do want to say, I do think, guys, it has to do with finances more than anything. Because the clarifying energy is the Four of Pentacles here. And this is the Miser card, holding very, very tight to the money, like to an extreme. Now, this could certainly be because maybe they're out of work because of the COVID situation. You know, it could certainly be it. Or it doesn't have to have anything to do with that. But this is they're in a space of deep self-protection. They're protecting themselves, they're protecting their money. So I do feel like money is at play here. I really do. We have the Hangman reverse energy. So there's a little bit of feeling sorry for themselves going on here, to be honest with you. The Hangman energy, and you know, whether it's in reverse or upright, is a Neptune energy. Neptune is that 12th house, the house of self-undoing, right? It's a Pisces energy. And it's, you know, in the reverse, this is telling me that they're reflecting on something that happened in this relationship or in their life in general. I'm getting more of a global feel here. Where they're feeling very sorry for themselves. They feel like the victim of something. They feel like they've been, they've gotten the lousy end of the stick having to do with something, right, regarding this relationship. Or having to do with something connected to this relationship. Because then we have the Eight of Wands, yeah. Eight of Wands is not a bad, it's not a negative energy, guys. It's a delay. This is heavy delay. As the Eight of Wands in the upright is a lot of communication coming in, almost a frenetic kind of forward movement, right? That's going to end up leading to a very firm foundation. But in the reverse, it's kind of like a not yet energy. It's not a not at all. And it's, even though Wands are desire and will, when it comes to the Eight energy, this doesn't mean that there's a lack of will. It simply means a lack of movement forward, right? It's a lack of movement forward. As this is Mercury in Sagittarius, right? So remember, Mercury is in alchemy, Mercury transitions and moves things from one space to another, right? And Sagittarius is all about forward movement. So in the reverse, there's delay here. They're creating delay, but I feel like it has to do with money. So we have Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is I like the Two of Pentacles because this is them really, first of all, appreciating the positive aspects of you. So it's not like they're doomy and gloomy about you whatsoever. They're actually appreciating the value that you brought to the relationship. It's really being very illuminated right now in them. How beautiful they think you are, all of your positive aspects, right? But they're confused because the Two of Pentacles is the idea of feeling confused between two energies. I mean, that's what it is. Now, the two energies, it doesn't have to be you and another person. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. This could simply be, do I want to stay alone or do I want to get back with them? You know? It could be, do I want this person or that person? But I'm not feeling inclined to say that because I'm not getting any other energy in this reading at all from another person. I'm not. So I am feeling like they're feeling very confused about how things would be moving forward. Very insecure person here, guys. Seriously. Doesn't make them a bad person. You know? Not at all. But this is someone who needs a lot of affirmation, right? A lot of confirming of feelings, somebody who really needs a lot of stroking of the ego. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like that's coming across to me here. So even if you feel like you're giving, it might not be enough for them, guys, you know? So you don't know. I mean, if they might have Scorpio in the 5th, right? They might have, they might have a lot of deep water energy. They might have Pisces on the 5th. They might have this deep water energy. Even any of the water signs actually need a lot of affirmations. Otherwise, if they don't get the affirmations, they can absolutely sabotage things. Not that they want to. It's the fear, right? It's fear. Fear is so screwed up, right? The way it plays tricks on us. But then we have the Page of Wands. So the Page is the young end of the court. Whenever we have Page, we have a new cycle. Wands are will, passion, beautiful. They want a new start with you. They want to go the distance with you. They absolutely want a new beginning. There's absolutely no question in my mind. We have the Lover's energy. The Lover's energy is a Gemini energy. So some of you might be dealing with a Gemini in some aspect of their chart. I mean, we all have everything in our chart, but a heavy Gemini placement could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or even a 7th house placement, even more poignantly. So we have the Lover's energy is with the blessing of Archangel Raphael and the luminary of the Sun. It's realizing the clouds. The clouds represent conflict between you guys. And you guys saying, you know what? We've been through it. But you know what? We love each other. So let's try. Let's do this differently this time and really work at this and really work at going the distance. But I feel like there's a lot of delay, and I do feel like they need to unknot some sort of knot that they're experiencing regarding money or their career that's somehow affecting this relationship. But when you guys get together, because you are going to be getting together, the phone call is going to be coming in Mercury in Venus retrograde in Gemini. But I feel like you guys are going to need to address these level of insecurities, right? The level of insecurity. Soulmate connection here, my friends, absolutely. I can't be with you because I see too much of myself in you and I don't like myself. Oh my God. If that's not a soulmate line, that at me, absolutely. Do we love soulmate lessons? Not always. Maybe you guys are a red thread. Let's see. Red thread is that soulmate connection, but where you guys work out your issues in this lifetime and you're not in each other's lives for a season 2 or 10, right? You're in this life to work out the lessons and be together. That is a red thread energy, and that's what we all want, right? So beautiful reading, guys. Honestly, I really like it. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care now. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's get to deck number 4. Separate the cards here. These are going to be the oracles. Okay. Chakra Tarot. Guys, this looks like really good. Okay, those of you who picked number 4, let's see what oracle we got for you guys. Regeneration. All right, so if you guys aren't together and you want to be together, this looks very beautiful. Let's see what these guys say. Okay. I never meant to make you feel like you don't matter. It's painful to know that we came together to learn lessons and not to last. I guess this will all make sense someday. I love everything about you, even though I may not like you sometimes. I like that card because that's realistic. Regeneration. This is another chance. This is a rebirthing. This is a beautiful cycle. This is taking the good, throwing out the rest, and building a new normal for you guys. I mean, this is what they want to do. This is what they want to do. Whether you want to do this with them or not is a whole other different story. But they want this with you. Oh my gosh, look at how they view you. You're the 10 of Cups. Yes. This is a Mars and Pisces energies, guys. This is them wanting, Mars rules Aries. Aries is all about a fresh perspective and this feeling, this overwhelming, fiery, strong initiative to just move forward towards this metaphorical like dream space, right? What they see in their mind's eye. It's just beautiful. It's a deepening of connection. It's a reconnection card, first of all, okay? And it's this deepening of commitment, deepening of communication. This is so what they want. The clarifier for this is the Queen of Swords. So this is about truth, right? The Queen of Swords is all about truth. This is a Virgo and Libra energy. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So there's going to be a lot of pragmatic conversation, because Virgo is very pragmatic, very critical thinking. Let's get to the point. Mercury is about communication, and Libra rules that seventh house of relationships. Libra's glyph is about fairness, right? Because it's the scales. And Libra is also ruled by Venus. And Venus is love, is money. It's also where our self-esteem is, right? So having this conversations, as they're thinking about these conversations with you and figuring out how you guys can get to a space of just absolute honesty, what's fair, beautiful. And in a way to move it forward, right? Because Virgo is ruled again by Mercury. Mercury, from an alchemical perspective, is about that moving forward, that transformative. It's a transformative process. We have regeneration in this transformative process. And then we have the Queen of Wands. I mean, they are very, very, very attracted to you. Very attracted to you. And, you know, it's like this, because this is a Pisces and Aries energy. It's almost like a heady kind of like, let's just get lost in each other kind of energy. But to have the Aries in there, what this tells me is they want this new side. That, like, I feel like they're fantasizing about you. They're fantasizing about this new beginning, this new path with you, just dreaming about just being with you and really being able to show their passionate side to you, for you guys to reconnect and re-engage in that way. Oh man, they just want to and we have the Fool wanting to take a calculated rest. This is a Uranus energy. Uranus is like, all right, come on, enough of this already. Let's do it differently. How you been doing it? All right, we're not going to do it like that anymore. Let's do it differently, right? Because Uranus rules Aquarius. Aquarius is just like, I'm going to do things my way, right? Really wanting to take that chance with you. Absolutely. 3 of Coins. They want to build with you. Mars and Capricorn. They want to have this new path built. This is the architect card. So if you think about it from that way, it's what I call it anyway. So because I always think of it like that, because what does an architect do? They come in and they sketch, and then they give the plans to the builder, and the builder builds from there, right? So there's a lot of planning. So honestly, I feel like the person you're dealing with are having so many conversations in their own mind about you, and fantasizing about you, playing things out in their mind, but they're confused. 7 of Cups, yes. Listen, 7 of Cups, they know what's in 5 of the Cups. They don't know what's in the other 2. And you know why? Because this is a Venus and Scorpio energy. And what does that mean? Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is all about transformation. It's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of another one. But it's them not being able to see the other side of this transformation. And it's making them nervous because they don't want to go through the nonsense again. They don't want to end up on another cycle. They don't want to end up hurt again. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want any of this anymore. They just want it to work, and they want some sort of guarantee, and they're not going to get it. And that is the reality of life. But they're in this space of, the thing is with this energy here, because it's a Venus energy too, again. So they're weighing out the relationship and the transformation, and they could try this all day long. They're not going to know what's on the other side until they reach out to you, right? Until they reach out and they see what's there. But they're feeling very deeply. Moon in Sagittarius is this 9 of Wands. The moon, as I feel, in Sagittarius is moving forward with integrity. Oh, and they have a lot of fire in their belly for it. And you know what else the 9 of Wands means, though? We have been through it. There's a lot of history in this relationship. And even if it's not for years and years, there's intensity. There was intensity in the history of this relationship for certain. No question. No question. They're very willing to try here. Knight of Wands. Oh, more passion. I mean... Yes, yes, Scorpio and Sagittarius. They are ready, willing, and able to, first of all this Scorpio energy, I mean, Scorpio is sex, right? So we have all this wand energy. I mean, they're very attracted to you, okay? Did I say that enough? Very attracted. But it's also, they recognize that they want to have this sort of transformation with you, but they don't want to just do it to do it, right? Because Scorpio and Sagittarius is, you know, they're the most moral sign. They're the sign that more than any other sign, morality and integrity means a great deal to them. And they want your new beginning to be based in respect, mutual understanding. But honestly, I feel like as much as they don't want you to hurt them, they don't want to hurt you. They just don't. Brand new beginning. Ace of Wands, more wand energy. I'm not going to say it again how attracted they are, but you know, whatever. Brand new beginning. Yep. Lots of motivation. And there's a fast movement to this. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is the card of celebration. Beautiful. It's, you know, Mercury and Cancer energy, right? Cancer is that metaphorical home space. It is the fourth house, which represents home. But Cancer is also about safety. So there's a safety in you that they find and feel that they can't find anywhere else. They are absolute, I mean, there's no other energy here. I'm not getting any third party anything, nothing. They're all about you. They want you. They're just confused about how to make it happen. They're just confused how to make it happen. This is a nice energy though, guys. Whoever picked number 4, I like it. This is somebody who has... Okay, I'm getting that this person, they made a mistake. They hurt you. But it wasn't like a cheating kind of mistake. I don't feel like it was that. I feel like maybe they withheld information or something happened. Something happened where you ended up inadvertently becoming hurt. Maybe something to do with friends, something to do with family. Again, I'm not getting another energy in here, but I do feel, yeah, and I never meant to make you feel like you don't matter. All right, so maybe they weren't including you in something, but they feel bad about it and they see it now. So that is what I have for you guys, group number 4. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys take care. Bye-bye.